have reflected a lot on that situation because I think I was a bad friend personally because I was the neutral friend. I think I actually made matters worse.
Sometimes it's hard to not pick a side when you can see how hurt your friend is. She's like, you have known me longer than you've known friend B. Why are you still calling her? Why are you still hanging out with her? She should be dead to you.
Yeah.
And I was like,
For the jingle.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, what's your name?
Hey, I'm Gauri.
Well, Gauri, welcome to Messy Friendship Lessons. Guys, Gauri is one of us. She listens to the podcast. Not that all my friends who come on don't listen to podcasts, okay? But I know she listens because when she listens to an episode, she'll message me her thoughts.
Yeah, it's true. I have been a big fan of this podcast for years now, I can say.
I know.
Yeah,
when
damn.
we first met, I told you I had a podcast.
Yeah, and I genuinely think I went home probably that week whilst I was walking my dog Frankie and listened to it. And been a fan since, and I'm so excited, honestly, to be on here.
I'm so excited to have her on here. This feels so full circle because she supported me early on in our friendship. 4 years later, she's finally on the pod.
Yep.
Let's all welcome Gauri. Woo! Okay, today we are going to talk about a topic that I feel like I have been in this situation way too many times. I don't know if I have the perfect take on it.
Yeah.
I have evolved on where I stand with this. But the title of today's episode is How to Handle Two Friends Fighting Should You Pick a Side. Okay? And I've gone from Miss Loyalty, like I was defender of the nation. If you did something to my friend, you did it to me.
Yeah. And
I would get involved. If two of my friends fell out, I was in between. I was going to each person. I was at it. The blowback was too much. And the person I am now is Lil Miss Neutral. And some people may think that's fake. So let's talk about it.
Okay.
Where do you fall?
So it's interesting you say that because I was the exact opposite. I was Little Miss Neutral, and now I'm like a bit more on the stance. I'm loyal, I'm going to back my friends.
Okay.
Not that not being neutral doesn't mean you back your friends, but it's a
the people on TikTok would agree with you.
They will not. Yeah.
They have said a friend to all is a friend.
Friend to none. And you're a fake ass.
Yeah, exactly. You're a fake friend.
You're a fake friend. Yeah.
You are disloyal.
Yeah.
How could you be friends with someone who did something to me?
How dare you have that? Like, yeah, it's bad.
When was the first time you feel like you've been in this situation?
So I think the biggest time is one that I can recount at uni. Two of my friends, we moved in together, and they just started clashing. And it was pretty bad. I was the one in the middle, stuck in the middle, and I was like, what do I do? Because I see both sides.
What were they clashing about?
Like, it was just like little things, and they might not think it's little, to be fair.
You're like, little things. I hated her.
I hated her. She ruined my life. No, but I mean, to be honest, it's been so many years now that I just genuinely don't remember a lot of the details. But it was just like little things. They were both just not respecting each other, making comments like behind each other's backs or to their faces, and it just wasn't a nice environment. And we lived together, so it was like awkward. Yeah,
this is crazy.
It was really bad, and it was like a few years like building up to it as well, and then it lasted a little bit outside of uni as well, and then we just kind of went our separate ways. Well, I'm still friends with them. I'm still close to one of them. She's still one of my best friends.
Okay. So you picked a side.
Maybe I did pick a side. That's what the other one would say. But I mean, I have reflected a lot on that situation because I think I was a bad friend personally because I was the neutral friend. I think I actually made matters worse because I didn't actually like talk to either of them about it. I was like, it's your issue, it's your beef. I'm not getting my hands dirty.
Fair.
And in hindsight, I should have been like, no, guys, we're all friends. Why are we all beefing? You know? Exactly. Just have some peace here. And yeah, I should have just opened up my mouth, but I was like non-confrontational. I was like, you guys sort it out.
Is it something that you objectively could understand one person's side more than the other? Or was it like, you know what? I see where you're both coming from. That's why I'm neutral.
So at the time, it was, I could see maybe one person's side a little bit clearer. Okay. But I also think I didn't see the other person's perspective at the time as well, which it was difficult because sometimes I did, sometimes I didn't.
Yeah.
I think because I'd known one friend a little bit longer, or at least I felt like I had like a more deeper friendship with her, I was leaning towards her side, even though I didn't really pick a side. But I think that's what made it so difficult, is that I've known one friend a little bit longer than I've known the other one. How do you navigate that?
This is crazy.
You know?
This is my exact scenario.
What was your one?
It was like uni.
Yeah.
Together, I knew one person more than the other.
Yeah.
And honestly, that situation was when I had already started my low Miss Neutral vibe.
Okay.
And the other, so to give context, and we should talk about why we were both low Miss Neutral in our scenarios. Okay, so to give context, one of the girls, I was friends with her a lot longer, since maybe like first year of uni. We really knew each other. We became super close in second year. I would consider her one of my best friends. And this one of her best friends moved in with us in third year.
Okay.
So she fell out with one of her best friends. You get what I mean? Like, she was closer to this girl than I ever was.
Okay, fine.
So that created such an interesting dynamic at the start. Because coming in, I didn't know this girl from Adam. Like, she wasn't my friend. But by the time their beef evolved, this girl was my friend. Like, I lived with her. We spent so much time. Me and this other girl used to go to the library together all the time. We even got matching handbags.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
And I remember at the time, the other girl who I'd known for longer, she was like, "Oh, you guys and your matching handbags." I was like, "If you hate it so much, just go get one." And she's like, "I don't even like your bag." So there was a little bit of
hater.
I know. I was like, "Girl, chill." No, but there was a little bit of like funny little spats.
Yeah.
But I ended up becoming really close to that girl.
Okay.
And also, there were many moments of things I went through that year in uni. Like, I lost my aunt that year. And she was really there for me. This other girl who, do you get what I mean? I wasn't very close to her.
Yeah.
In fact, when she moved into the house, there was a couple moments of friction between me and her.
Yeah.
Because we were
Your original friend.
No, the
new friend. Okay.
Let's call the new friend B.
Okay. Yeah.
So
That makes it
friend
easier.
A,
Yeah. Okay. Friend B. Yeah.
Friend B moves in with us. At the beginning, there's a little bit of friction between me and friend B. Like, not crazy friction, we got on.
Yeah.
But there was a little bit of microaggressive cop.
Okay.
And I was like, is she ignorant? Is it on purpose? I lean more towards the point where she's ignorant now. But then, you know when you spend so long with someone, you actually get to know their heart and them as a person. So a lot of the qualms I had about her in the beginning, they fade into the background, and I genuinely developed a deep relationship with her. So like I said, going to the library, matching handbags.
Yeah. And it sounds like an actual, like, full formed friendship at that point. Yeah.
Like, when I was stressed and like alone in my room crying, like grieving, she cooked me dinner, she'd bring it.
That's really sweet. Yeah.
So just to give you context, this is someone who, by the time her and friend A fell out, I genuinely felt was my friend. Like, I bonded with her so deeply, so much. I loved her so much. So that's why. And also, 4 of us lived in house together, 4 girls during COVID. We were like a little family.
Yeah.
Like, it really shook the house.
I think the COVID stuff adds the extra dynamic to it as well, because you literally had to, like, that's at a point all you had.
Exactly. Like, we were all so close, and the vibes were so good until this happened. So, I'm not going to go into all the reasons I fell out with friend B, but I was closer to friend A.
Yeah.
I'd known her for longer. Early on, this is to give context why I didn't choose a side.
Okay.
Like, I did have a side I picked, but why I didn't cut off friend B, whereas I do think friend A wanted me to.
Fine.
So, early on, friend A had issues with friend B. Behind the scenes, they were still best friends, and throughout the year that we lived together, there were some big clashes, but then they would just, like, come back together, kind of like sisters a little bit. Like, they would have these big fallouts, and then they'd be best friends in like a week. So from my perspective, when the final fallout happened, I was like, how long is this gonna last?
Yeah,
like,
fine. That makes sense.
Was like, this isn't.
It's like a routine cycle.
Exactly.
And friends argue, sisters argue. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah.
And with them, I felt like there was so much complicated bits to their friendship, where on each side there was like strong feelings, and I kind of felt that each side was justified in their feelings. It was one of those things where I could get both sides. I was like, I think both of you have moved weird.
Scarily similar to my
story. I was like, I think both of you have moved really weird with each other, and I think y'all shouldn't be best friends anymore. You just have to come to the conclusion that you're not compatible. Yeah. And so why I'm not picking a side, whereas I told friend B off, I really did. Because friend A really was my best friend. I do not know how to we're not really friends anymore, but that's a friendship that it meant so much to me at that time, and she really was like, she was an amazing friend to me. There's no way to put it, which is why I look back at this and I think maybe my take on being neutral that I have now isn't always the best.
Yeah.
But anyway, they had this massive falling out, end of us living together, right? I told friend B off. I was like, girl, you shouldn't have done that. And so friend A is just short and is like, I want nothing to do with her. Silent treatment in the house. You can imagine how frosty it is to live with two people.
Yeah.
And then friend B was...
I lived that. I did that too.
I didn't watch Love Island All Stars, but did you see those clips of like Lucinda following Belle around her?
No, I haven't watched it.
Okay.
I've only watched the new season, which by the way. So
I didn't watch Love Island All Stars, but I saw it on TikTok.
Okay.
And anyone who did watch Love Island All Stars, when Lucinda followed Belle around the villa when they had this that was friend B. Friend B was
Fine.
like, I want to fix it.
Okay.
I want to fix it.
Yeah.
Friend A was Belle, and she was ignoring her. Like, she was like, she pretended she didn't exist.
Yeah,
Full on silent treatment. I'm not talking about you're speaking to me and I'm like, oh. It's like, no, you're not even the
so awkward.
Imagine for the rest
It's being
of us.
like in the middle is what makes it worse as well, because how do you navigate that? Like, what do you do? Like, you just...
But also, it was our last year all living together, so we had plans to have fun.
Yeah.
This whole thing is bringing it down.
Exactly.
And I'm not gonna exclude friend B because you don't like her.
And you can't. Like, that's just mean girl as well. Yeah. Yeah.
She wanted us to exclude friend B because objectively what friend B did was bad. In her eyes, she's like, you have known me longer than you've known friend B. Why are you still calling her? Why are you still hanging out with her? She should be dead to you.
Yeah.
And I was like,
It's like, then should you actually cut off someone if they've also done something bad?
So that, anyway, basically, why I stayed neutral is I could actually see where both people misstepped.
Yeah.
I told off friend B, I really want to stress this, like, I went in on her, and I was like, how could you do that to her? That was wrong. I think what you did was wrong. And I really backed friend A, because she was my best friend out of the two of them. But I could not be mean to friend B for friend A, because I just didn't feel like it was fair.
Yeah.
And I don't think friend A... that hurt her. I know that hurt her because we ended up fighting. Well, not fighting, but we ended up like having a deep talk about it many months later when I was in my fourth year of uni and like friend B was nowhere to be seen in my life. Friend A still felt some type of way about it.
Okay.
So my question to you is, why were you neutral in your situation?
So I was neutral, I think, kind of similar to you. I was going through a very rocky relationship, up and down, breaking up all the time. So I kind of had my own things on my mind. So I was like, other people's drama, why should I get in the middle of it? I'm not getting my hands dirty. So that was one aspect. I think the other aspect as well, so my two friends, again, let's say friend A, friend B, they were both, if I'm being honest, they were like me saying this. I think they were both equally, maybe not equally, but I do think they were both in the wrong. Yeah. They both did and said mean things to each other, either to me or to each other, and just acted really horribly. And I think because they were such, what's the right way of saying this? Strong-willed, strong personalities, and very strong-willed, I guess. Like if they had their opinions, and that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. But I think personalities like that do end up clashing, and I think that's just what happened. They clashed a lot. And for me, again, it was like, if nothing bad, and I don't agree with this now, but I at the time, which was 3, 4, 5 years ago now, at the time it was like, they haven't done anything wrong to me, so why should I intervene and get involved? Yeah. Because ultimately we are a friendship group. Also, I was like, well, you're two mature adults.
Sort it out
yourself. Or if you don't want to be friends, don't be friends and don't drag us into the middle, everyone else into the middle of it. So I think that was my take on being neutral. Even though I think at the time I didn't necessarily say to each person that I think what you're doing is wrong. And I think that's where I was in the bad, because I was like, maybe I should have said that to the other, both of them, been like, what are you guys doing? Fix up. So I think that's why I'm now not a neutral friend, because I'm like, actually, if I think something's wrong, I should say something about it.
Okay, so how would you handle it now?
So for me now, it's like, ultimately, if two of my friends are arguing, I'm not gonna blindly follow one, because I think that's what I kind of did. I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna agree with both of them because I don't want to lose their friendships. I'm just kind of being loyal for the sake of being loyal, right? But actually I ended up hurting all three of us, really, and probably some of our other friends too. But I think now it's like, actually I'm gonna look at what behaviors are actually right or wrong. I'm just going to follow that. Like, ultimately, if two of my friends are fighting, if I don't agree with something, I'm going to speak up about it now. And I'm not going to just let one friend take the brunt of it, if that makes sense.
And see, when it comes to picking sides, would you pick a side?
Okay, would I pick a side? I think it depends on the situation.
Okay, what if
I think it goes down, like, is someone being mean to someone, just, you know, bullying them, then yeah, I'd pick a side. Okay. I'd pick the victim side. Yeah. Like, I'm not just gonna let one friend bully another friend. Say, I don't know, one friend, I can't think of an example. It's just like purposefully exclude someone out of like a group thing, and they're like the only thing. That's mean girl behavior. Like, you know, it's stuff like that. I think it's just like what aligns with my morals, I guess, is behavior. Like, I ultimately want friends who align with my behavior, like my morals, my values. And if a friend does something to another friend that I don't agree with, goes against my values, I will potentially pick a side based on that.
Fair. What you're saying reminds me of something my older sister always says.
Yeah.
I'm not loyal to people, I'm loyal to the truth.
It's true, and honestly, that's a good quote, because it's true. I'm loyal to the truth. I like that.
And it's like, what's the truth of the situation?
Yeah.
I think I do agree with that to an extent, but I think it can get tricky when what you have perceived as the truth is wrong.
Yeah, true.
Because you're only hearing one side, or you haven't heard a balance.
But that's, I think, where you have to either take a step back and talk to both parties involved. Yeah. Parties, friends. Sorry, getting political.
Because it may get legal.
It could get legal. Who knows?
Sometimes it's
That's funny. Yeah, just speak to both friends involved, but also, like, it's not about blindly following a friend just because they're your friend. Like, you shouldn't just agree with whatever your friend does. Like, you should be able to, like, be like, yo, take a pause, look at what you're doing, and speak to them openly. Yeah.
I used to be blindly loyal, but I'll call you out.
Yeah.
In private.
Fine.
But today, the only people who have my blind loyalty is family.
Yeah, same.
Like, those are the only people. If they're in the wrong, I will tell them, but, like, in public, I'll be like...
Yeah, you have to. I think I'd still back my friends, even in public.
But
it depends on what it is.
Okay, this is the context.
Yeah.
Side,
okay.
Right? These are the situations where I think you're a little bit weird, and then there's the situations Gauri and I are talking about.
Yeah.
So, let's say you have a friend from your past that you fell out with. I don't know. Let's call her Patricia.
Yeah.
Okay, Gauri.
I actually do have a friend called Patricia.
Okay,
that's so funny. To be fair, I was like 10, so it doesn't really count.
Patricia, do you still talk to Patricia?
No, I have no clue where she is.
Perfect.
If you're watching though, hi.
Yeah, girl, we love you. God bless. Anyway, but let's say you fell out with a Patricia.
Yeah.
I don't know Patricia closely. I just know her. If I, as your friend, go out of my way to be friends with Patricia,
that's
think I'm
weird. That's weird girl behavior. That's
weird.
Where you
should always pick a side.
100%.
Even if you snaked Patricia so badly.
100%. Yeah.
The fact that I don't know her.
Yeah.
To go out of my way to be friends with her, I think that's very different from what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Where it's two people you are already friends with.
Exactly.
Even if you're closer to one person, I'm friends with both of you.
Yeah,
so yes, there's a blind loyalty some people have to their friends. I have loyalty to my friends. I don't have blind loyalty anymore. I used to, but it bit me in the bum, and we could talk about that. But, you know, which is why I'm of this position. But at the same time, I think that's very different to two people you're already friends with.
Because that's so much more difficult to navigate.
I know.
Yeah.
So let's talk about me before. Okay, I went to an all-girls boarding school, so you can imagine the girlies were falling out left, right, center.
Drama every day.
But we were free. That's one thing I love about
But also I love, like, you're young as well, like, you're eating that up.
I know.
Like, every day it was like, okay, new drama.
But we were free, we were young, we were chaotic. There were no boys, so we didn't care about how we looked. So the things we were even arguing about wasn't like
boys.
Yeah. It was stupid. Stupid. But anyway,
I agree.
We weren't arguing about men, like we were arguing about actual things.
Yeah.
So cool. Anytime someone did any of my friends dirty, I was defender of the nations. Like, now I don't take this approach. I will still talk to someone. If they did my friend dirty, I'd hi bye at a party.
Yeah.
But before I would confront people. There was a time I feel like I've told this story in the podcast
So
before, but I'll
funny.
tell it again to give context. There was a time one of my friends was getting bullied by these two girls in her class. Like, one time they did something so psychotic. They cut up little pieces of paper, like super tiny, and then blew it all in her face.
That's so mean.
You could get like little paper cuts in your face, or you could
Yeah.
into your eye. Not to be dramatic, but I actually think that's so deep.
No, that's quite mean, yeah.
So the next morning, because my friend, we lived in the same boarding house, so she was crying to me about it, and I was like, oh, that's a wrap. The next morning, I was there, gone fingers in the face. I went to their classroom. That's not even my tutor's room. Knocked on that door, and I was like, you two.
No, that's wild.
I need to have a
Not
word.
going to their classroom.
I confronted both of them.
Was the teacher not there?
I didn't care. Like,
That's so funny.
I pulled up, and my friend is awkwardly standing by her locker, like, oh my god, she's not doing this right now.
So funny. Not in the middle of a school day.
No, in the morning. We'd have like, you know when you'd get in your classroom in the
Oh, fine, yeah.
group? That's what we
Yeah.
did. So I pulled up to their choose group, and I was like, I said the two girls' names.
That's so funny.
I was like, hey, I need to talk to you both. And I was like, I literally
Catch
that
me
is so
outside.
psychotic
Yeah.
to do. How could you do that to someone? Don't ever do that to her again. Basically being like, you should know someone's backing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Someone has her back, right? My friend ended up becoming best friends with those two people. And anytime I saw them, it was really awkward because now these are your besties, and now
Yeah,
I've
that is
gone
awkward.
fingers in the face.
Yeah.
And at school, there were loads of times that would happen.
Okay.
So that bit me in the face. I was like, okay, I can't
But-
be blindly loyal.
I think, regardless though, I think you bring up a fair point because you were just, in my eyes, I still think that's valid. Like, I don't know. Like, you're just standing up for someone bullying someone. Should you have gone gun fingers? Probably not.
I mean,
But-
at the time I probably had gone figured out because I was like 13. but
Yeah.
The energy. gun
Yeah,
fingers.
yeah. But should you have gone to their class being like, let me catch you outside? No. No. But should you have had...
I wasn't going to
like,
get anyone.
Yeah.
I used my mouth to fight. Never these hands. Look at these hands.
They're too pretty. Yeah, maybe like talk to them and just like have a little beef. But
Yeah, that's what I did. But it's fun.
yeah, but like in a like a, you know, you shouldn't do that to my friend because now my friend's upset.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't disagree with like your action, but maybe like how you went about it could have been
Probably.
different.
Probably. But then the thing is, what do you then do when people rekindle? Okay? Because now I'm the crazy one. So let's actually
Yeah.
talk about an instance where I'm friends with those two people because that's what we're talking about today.
Yeah.
Another instance, so that just shows why. Personally,
Yeah.
those type of
It's just-
instances stop me from
It's
ever being
messy.
blindly
It's messy.
loyal.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna pat your back, but I'm not gonna start confronting anyone for
Yeah.
you anymore. The two friends falling out, what I used to do is go back and forth in between them, which again bit me in the butt. And at the end of it, both people would always be like, Thomason, stay out of it.
Stay
I
out of
would
it, yeah.
mess it up so much because
Yeah.
you can only imagine Chinese whispers, like
Exactly.
one person to the other. It got so messy, and then they would always just talk to themselves directly without me because they'd be like, she's actually
She's just causing too much drama.
I know. It made me look like the drama. So I
Yeah.
was like, you know what? Now, if two of my friends fall out, that's for you two. Because there were too many instances where that would happen. I even had an instance where I got involved and they made up and then they gossiped about me and they were like, why did she get involved? Or I picked one person's side over the other. And then when they, again, rekindled, because it was boarding school, we had to kiss and make up. We lived with each other.
Yeah.
Right? When they sorted their issue out, they would be like, okay, but why did you pick her over me? I thought we were both your friends.
Yeah.
And it would hurt that person's feelings, and then I would lose a friendship. Whereas the
Because of
person I
that.
was fighting for still is
Still
friends
has,
with
yeah,
everyone.
yeah.
So it didn't, taking that approach didn't make sense. And then if we go back to the uni example, right? They were falling out, making out, falling out,
Every
making out.
day.
So the final, well, not every day, but it was
Yeah. It was like a
it
cycle,
was
yeah.
often enough that it was a pattern.
Yeah.
So by the final one, I was like, should I really pick a side, or are these
Yeah.
girls gonna be besties? Give it 3 months.
But that makes sense, though.
Basically, that gives you where I am today. Should you pick a side? My vote is always stay out of it, unless it's really grotesque. Like
I agree.
if someone cussed out your mum.
Yeah. I think it just depends on the situation. It's not like it's not so black and white.
Yeah.
Like you can't have. And also, I think there's an element of like maybe you guys were young as well,
Yeah.
so making
Uni one,
up.
though,
Yeah, uni one. Yeah, I mean, likewise. I think when you're young, like, things always seem like such a big thing, that you just don't know if it's going to end a friendship or not.
Yeah.
Really.
Hindsight is 2020.
It really is, yeah.
Yeah. Tying back to where, because you were like, oh, you feel like you should have at least said something.
Yeah.
Tying back to why I reflect on my current position, and I'm not sure if it's the right one, is, for example, in the uni example, I know it really hurt her. And I remember one time she was, like, crying to me about it, and she was like, well, why didn't you, like, you know, pick... I don't think she ever used the word pick my side, but her argument was, we're best friends, you've known me a lot longer.
Yeah.
Like, why would you not just, like, fully cut off the spell?
Yeah.
My position was like, I'm not even hanging out with her on the
yeah.
daily. Like, I just have chosen not to be mean to her. Like, that's my stance. And I remember getting so frustrated with her. I said to her, I'm not a toy in the playground. You can't just be like, you're mine. I'm a human being with autonomy. And she was like, oh, I'm not saying that. And I was like, it kind of feels like
that's what it is, yeah.
I kind of feel like you own me, and therefore I'm not allowed to have any interaction with this person. But I haven't taken their side. I told them off. I don't speak to them on the daily. I hang out with you all the time. The only thing is, I've just chosen not to be mean to this
and horrible.
person. If
yeah.
they call me, I'll pick their call.
Which, to be fair, it does sound like you picked her side.
Yeah. I eventually, Gauri, it came to the point where I kind of had to pick a side, because I was like, this has gotten... We had all moved out. We weren't living together.
Yeah.
But her hurt from friend B was so deep, the wounds were so deep, that if I kept talking to friend B in any capacity, like even like the most neutral one, I genuinely felt like I would lose friend A.
Yeah.
And at that time, my friendship with friend A meant so much to me that I did pick a side. Like, I ended up having to pick a side, but I felt I was in two minds about picking the side. Like, for example, near the end of uni, I had to be rushed in an ambulance, right, to the hospital because I couldn't breathe. It was the whole thing.
Yeah.
Friend B was there with me the entire time, and it was COVID times, so she couldn't even come into the hospital and wait. So she sat out in the cold and waited a whole entire night, and then like she just learned how to drive, and we would drive. But she stayed and then drove me back at like 5 a.m. down these like windy country roads, and it was dark, and she was scared, like looking like this, and like, you know. So why it made it difficult is because I genuinely did have a friendship with her. I don't know how to explain it. She wasn't a bad person to me. That sounds
it is sometimes what it is. Like, sometimes you do actually have to evaluate that, and I do feel that, because that's what I had to do as well. Was that with my two friends, they were both really, really good friends with me. Supported me a lot. I supported them a lot. Like, when they were going through things, I was going through things. We both had, like, we all had each other's backs. And then suddenly it just gets to a point where, okay, now they're arguing. Who do you pick? Because you love them both equally. And yeah.
Do you feel like you eventually always have to pick? Because I feel like that's true.
I mean,
Not
I think
explicitly, but I
think
like...
yes. Even though today I'm not really as friendly with one of them. Not friendly, that's not the right word. I'm still friendly with her, just don't talk to her or hang out as much. Like, we used to be best friends at a point, and now, we're not. Probably speak to her once every 6 months. It's like, hey, how are you? And the other one is one of my best friends, the other girl. So I probably have ended up picking a side. But I think that's natural.
It's natural. Also, sometimes you kind of have to evaluate, is being on good terms with this other person worth losing this other friendship? I generally feel like I'm being put in a position where you will not be close to me any longer if I'm still friends with this person. That's kind of how I...
But then ultimately, is that person also a good friend? If they're expecting and wanting you to do things that are potentially a little bit unreasonable. Because then that's also not a good friend.
That's true.
So I think a good friend, personally, for me would be like, I don't know, maybe I'm too logical. Or like, I don't know, it's like you should see things from other people's perspectives, and it's not difficult. It's not easy, being the neutral friend or the friend in the middle. Like, that is also very hard. Yeah.
Sometimes I look back at certain instances where I was neutral. Okay, in this instance I wasn't neutral, but I just really wasn't involved. So when I was in school, I had, again, a friend that I'd known for years. I'm still friends with her to this day. Love her so much. Another girl joined the boarding houses and started living with us, and she joined the group, and we were all close, and we were all great friends. My friend and this other girl became super close, and, like, they were, like, besties. And then one day they just fell out, and I didn't even know why they fell out. But it was only on one side. So my friend also did not know why the other girl didn't want to be friends with her anymore.
Yeah.
She had no clue. And so in that dynamic, I think I just stayed out of it because I was like, I don't even know why she don't like you no more, but I like you. And we just hung out. But my friend ended up secluding herself from the group and isolating herself because she felt really alone. And she was like, I don't know why this girl doesn't like me. When I walk in and join you guys having fun, she's cold to me. I physically can't hang out with her while she's behaving this way to me.
Yeah.
But then because you've isolated yourself from the group, now we're always with her, and now it hurts
it
even
just
more. Because again, in that situation, we knew her longer than we knew this other girl. And I look back at that situation, hindsight, at the time I didn't really deep it, there was so many other things going on. But I look back at it and I remember how sad she was and like how she completely stopped hanging out with the whole group.
Yeah.
And she was to herself and how much she'd cry about it. And I think, should I have done something more? Like, whereas in that situation, I didn't pick a side. I guess I was neutral, but it wasn't like I was consciously neutral.
Yeah, it was just...
I didn't even know what was going on.
Yeah, I think it's difficult. It's when you don't know what's going on, what you're supposed to do. And it's like, do you then intervene and become the mediator, or...
And you know, I had retired.
You were,
and also, it was recently retired at that point.
Yeah,
like, just got involved.
So you were really holding yourself back.
I had just gotten involved in someone's drama that had gone left. So when this all happened, I was like, I don't even know why you guys aren't friends anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm just not even. And what I thought, which I kind of respected from the other friend, is she never tried to like rant about us to us.
Which is nice.
With our friend. So we also did not know what was going on, but she was so firm in her decision not to be her friend. But it was also quite cold because she stonewalled her and basically did not let her know why.
Yeah.
So it all just got messy, and so it just really made me think, sometimes it's hard to not pick a side when you can see how hurt your friend is. Like in the uni
definitely.
Instance, my friend was crying to me about it. In this instance, I'm reflecting on school, she also cried to me about it. And I didn't, in both those situations, I didn't turn around to the person who they were crying about and go, I hate you, I want nothing to do with you. And I don't know, sometimes it does kind of feel like that's what the friend wants
to do.
Yeah. They want you to be like, I don't want anything to do with this other person.
Yeah.
But do you feel like that's fair, or you feel like no?
I mean, it just really depends. Like, in that situation, say you're like school friend, one person's like, she's crying, the other one's excluding her. And I don't think at the time I would have thought this, because obviously you're young. I think now that I'm a bit older and I've got a bit more maturity, not that mature, but you know, a little bit.
Frontal lobe developed.
Yeah, post 25, so yeah. Now that I am like a bit older and with all the perspective, I would have just been like, actually, the girl not saying to her is not a nice friend. Like, not speaking to her is not a nice friend. Because
I think even at the time I thought that.
Yeah, because at the time, like, you're just cutting off someone without telling them why. That's just mean.
I look back at that situation and I think my heart breaks, and I think I should have probably done a bit more.
But that's a good thing though, that you have that reflection, that you now know. And that's why this podcast exists.
Yeah, messy friendship lessons. We're learning.
Yeah.
So this is why I'm like, my current position, I'm a bit back and forth and in two minds about it, because I'm like, okay, I generally don't want to get in between when two of my friends fall out, but it also does feel I always eventually pick a side.
I was just going to ask, but do you think it's, at some times though, it is right to intervene? Because if you genuinely think you can help two friends get in, like, at least get back together and talk it out, do you not think that's sometimes valuable? Yes,
but I think there's times I've successfully done that, and there's also a lot of times that I actually just made it more messy.
Yeah.
Have you successfully helped two friends sort it out?
So two of my close friends, I wouldn't say that they were necessarily arguing, but one friend I think was just a little bit upset about certain comments that the other friend was making, and she felt like, am I being too sensitive? But I didn't think she was. I helped them I guess they were always going to be friends. They were never not going to be friends. I guess they were just upset with each other. And I guess friend B was ignorant to how some comments she was making were affecting friend A. So I spoke to friend B. I'm like, look, you don't see it, but this is what friend A is basically thinking. And I don't necessarily agree as well with what some of the stuff you're saying. And And yeah, they're friends now. They're fine. I mean, they were always going to be friends, but I think me intervening and speaking to them both, like, just kind of helps alleviate some of the pressure from having like a confrontation.
No, and sometimes a mediator does help.
It does, yeah.
And who knows both parties really well. But I think it also depends on the people.
Because sometimes I think as well, like when two friends who are fighting and they are just talking it out, things get so heated, emotions get heated. Sometimes you need a third party to actually bring it down, and if they're not involved, then the friends are going to speak to them a bit calmly.
Yeah.
I think
that's true.
Yeah.
But also I've had it, like, okay, on my perspective, right? I've had someone try and sort out something between me and another friend. Like, this is fairly recently as well. Yeah. Personally, I didn't even know there was beef. I didn't know nothing. I didn't even know anything was going on. But they came to me and they were like, oh, you know, literally, I don't know what was the wording they said? Like, you know, with how things ended with you and X. And I was like, ended.
What happened there?
We're still friends. What are you on about? And she's like, oh. I was like, girl. And so she tells me everything. And she's like, but I'm sure it's just a misunderstanding. Like, you guys can sort it out. And I'm like, this is the first time I'm hearing about it, so already I don't feel great. Yeah. And so it depends on the person, because I also am more of a person who prefers if you come to me directly.
I agree, yeah. Same.
This is where I differ. If I'm in a friendship group, and, you know, I fall out with, let's say I'm one of the friends who's fallen out. Yeah. The person in the middle, I never put them in the middle. Like, I also keep it to myself sometimes. Yeah. I go to that extent, where I may not even inform you that I have beef with this person. Now, not beef, but I may not inform you that I no longer am interested in being friends with this person, or I may not inform you that there's issues in distance. I will keep it between me and her because I know you are friends with her. Yeah. And I don't ever want to put you in the
And that's just like a respectful thing to do,
I don't ever want to put you in the position. But I think where you feel like
everyone sadly is not like that.
They're not. They're not. And I learned that. When I found out Tila, I didn't know. I was like, oh, okay.
Because realistically, I might be crazy, but if I have an issue with someone, I'm just going to go talk to them about it. Why would you not tell the person that you've got an issue with them?
Yeah. And also, and then if I have decided off the back of that, I don't want to be friends with that person. If I know you are still friends with that person, I don't want to talk to you about it, because you'll tell that person. Exactly. Like, that's actually what normally happens. And again, that's what happened in this situation. Usually, when someone is friends with both people, they will feel that discomfort or feel maybe a sense of disloyalty.
100%.
So to even it out on their part, usually they'll go and tell the other person. Yeah. So that they don't look like they've picked a side.
Exactly,
they're in the middle of mess. And like you said, when they care, sometimes they will be trying to sort it out. Yeah. They'll be like, oh, there's two people. Exactly, especially when they can see it's a misunderstanding or something, they will try and sort it out. Yeah. So I know it never comes from a bad place.
And I think it's, like, fair to say as well, this is obviously for things that aren't, I don't want to say serious, but like nothing that's deep.
All our emotions feel deep. But there's a difference between this and, like,
say someone sleeping with your boyfriend or your husband. Stuff like that. We're not talking about these situations. Because I was just about to intervene and be like, it depends on the situation. But I think it's fair to make that distinction that this is like for, I don't want to say minor stuff, but like less.
For feelings. I wouldn't say they're minor, but it's
I don't know how to word.
It's like it's feelings, it's misunderstanding.
Yeah, like miscommunication.
It's sometimes people making genuine mistakes. I'm not going to pretend I've never.
It's like stuff that isn't actual mean girl behaviour.
Exactly. Yeah. It's not intentional. It's not. Yeah. It's not something that we would all sit here and go, whoa. Like sleeping with your friend's boyfriend would be. Right? But I also think another part of why I often don't pick sides is when I can see it's not something like that and it's more so incompatibility. Two people can be incompatible.
100%.
Two people who were once compatible can now be incompatible.
Yeah.
Because I think that's happened with me. Like,
same.
We're now incompatible, and that's why you're misunderstanding me. That's why everything is, like, going left when it wasn't before. And not that I think friendship should always be easy, but it doesn't need to be something that we force and we're like, oh, we really got to fight and work on this. If we are constantly butting heads and we cannot understand each other's perspective, we don't need to be friends, babe.
Exactly, you don't have to,
It's
we're grown enough to, like, no one wants to waste time and energy.
Like, we're incompatible now. That's
so fine.
And it's fine.
And I think it's actually more mature to acknowledge that and understand that than continuing a friendship that just you're butting heads.
Exactly. And that also doesn't make the other person a bad person.
Exactly.
And I think that's what happens is sometimes when you're the person in the middle of the beef, and the outsider can tell this is incompatibility. This isn't actually. And to be fair, with the uni situation, I personally felt it was incompatibility.
I think it was the same with ours. Yeah.
This is incompatibility. This isn't like a morally. I can make a judgment, a firm judgment. It's black and white on either side. Therefore, I'm going to stay out of it because I think you're just both incompatible. You shouldn't be friends. I don't think she's a bad person. I don't think you're a bad person either. And so sometimes when I've been in that situation, thank God I haven't been in that situation a lot of times, but when I've been in that situation, I just remind myself, you know what? We're incompatible. That doesn't make them a bad person. They're just maybe not
just fine.
my type of friend anymore.
Yeah. And that's good.
Peace.
Peace.
Like, with peace and love. Like, I never want... And that's the thing. I always want to end... If something's run its course, let's end it on a peaceful note.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to be...
It doesn't have to be horrible. I think that's such a misconception as well about, like, friendships ending. Or people fighting, friends fighting, is that it always going to end with, like, some sort of animosity. Like, it doesn't have to.
And sometimes, even if it ends messy, over time, people get over things.
So true.
There's so many things that were so deep to me.
I know. And it's like, you're a kid, like, half the stuff I don't even remember now.
That if I saw someone I fell out with as a teenager now, I probably wouldn't even remember.
Yeah, no, same.
It's just...
And my memory's terrible anyway, so I'm forgetting stuff like 2 days after it's happened. I'm like, why did we argue the other day? What happened?
What are we talking about?
Honestly, yeah.
So, have you ever lost a friend because you didn't pick a side by being neutral?
I don't think so. Not relevant to that one singular argument, I don't think. Because I think the uni example as well, I wouldn't necessarily say I've lost the other girl's friendship. Like, we are still friendly. And are we, like, day-to-day friends? No.
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time I actually saw her. So that, yeah, to be fair, I wouldn't say we're friends. So, yeah, kind of like we've lost that like best friendship. But I think that was also wider than her argument with that, because I think we also ended up having a bit of beef as well, which is fine. Not fine, but, you know, different circumstances. I don't think I've necessarily lost. Again, very touch wood, very lucky tonight to be able to say that. But yeah, no.
I think when I was younger, the examples I gave.
Yeah.
I think I lost a friend when I went really hard.
Yeah.
I went really hard, and the other girl was like, "We're friends. I did nothing to you. Now I'm back friends with this girl.
Yeah.
Why did you have all that energy for me?" And I'm like, in hindsight, babe, you're right. I should have chilled out and stayed out of it. So that's my take on that. But at the same time, personally for me, as much as I would never want you to pick a side, and I would never force that on you, there's a level of closest I can have to someone.
It's true,
who's close to somebody who I know doesn't like me, or who has talked bad about me.
Yeah. 100%. And there's always going to be that thing, like, are they talking about you when they're together?
Yeah.
Or
I just also don't want them to know
details about,
I'm so extreme. If we're no longer friends, I don't want you knowing anything about my life.
No, but I think that's fair.
Like,
no, fair. Yeah.
You don't need to know any details.
Yeah.
I don't need anyone who may not even wish me well in the back of their mind putting that out there. Like,
I so agree.
Just stay away from me, I'll stay away from you, and stay lovely.
Yeah.
Okay, let's make our final verdict.
Okay.
End the episode.
Yeah.
When you hear a friend to all is a friend to none, do you go yes, or do you feel attacked? Do you feel like, no, that's not the case? Do you know, when someone says something, you're ready to like plead your case? Is that the response you get?
I'm not gonna lie, when I hear this on TikTok, I'm like, I do feel a little bit attacked, because I am going to be friends with, friendly to everyone. I think that's the distinction I need to make.
Yeah.
Is that I can be friendly to everyone and I have to be friends with everyone.
Yeah.
So I actually do agree.
Yeah. I don't know if I feel attacked, but I do get ready to be like, wait.
Yeah, but wait. There's situations. Let's come. Yeah.
No, wait, please.
Hear me out.
Hear me out. Definitely a big hear me out. Friend to all is a friend to none. Yes, if you go out of your way to be friends with someone that your friend is falling out with,
100%.
You are a weirdo. I think we can all
weird.
agree.
Yeah,
you're so weird. And
so weird.
And if that's you and you've done that, you need to stop, baby girl. Seriously, like, call me. Let's talk about it.
Get on the podcast.
Get on the podcast, because you need to stop that. That's weird behavior. If two people I'm friends with fall out, and I stay friends with both of them because it's an incompatibility issue, then no. Sorry, if you want to call me friend to all, friend to none, no, I'm friends with both of them. But if they fall out because of things that are morally
bad, yeah.
Then let's pull out my older sister's quote, you know, I'm loyal to the truth, not people.
Yeah.
And in that situation I would be as well. That's morally wrong, so I'm going to be loyal to the truth and I'll stick with the person who's, you know.
I agree, yeah. Stick to the truth.
Yeah.
I also think as well, I think as if I was a friend, well, if I am a friend, but
if I
had friends, I don't have any. If one of my friends did something bad to me, I would kind of want them to back my side, though. I do hold my hands up. I will say that.
Yeah,
but I think there's situations. I think there is situations. I think it depends. Like if it is genuinely morally bad and it just goes against all my values, yeah.
I think why my perspective is different, why I don't care if my friends back my side, is because I don't have a friend. All my friends aren't in one group.
Okay.
Now that I think about it, if I'm trying to imagine everyone's in one group,
yeah,
and you feel done by, and everyone has stayed friends, and that person hasn't been kicked out the group, I actually do understand why you would.
Yeah,
100%. And
like,
it would be deeper.
Yeah.
So you know what? Half of the stuff I said in the episode, just take it up because if then you only have one group, I can understand why that's so extremely isolated.
100%, yeah.
But for me, all my friends are spread out, so I'm in so many different groups that, like, if I fell out with one person in a group and some of them stay friends with me, I can still hang out with all of you. I just know I'm not friends with her.
Fine.
And if I want to rant about her, I can go to Gauri and be like, oh.
So I've got like a big uni friendship group.
Oh, you do, and they're all so fun.
Oh, thanks. Shout out, guys. So yeah, there's like a big group of us, and like obviously naturally with a big group, you're going to be closer to some people than all like everyone. If one of my close friends did something bad to me, yeah, I'd expect some people to like stop talking to them.
Yeah, you're like, the group needs to reshuffle.
Maybe
guys.
not all of them, but yeah, like maybe a few of them. Yeah, I would expect them to like not cut them off, but have my back at least.
Have my back.
At least like publicly. Yeah. Doesn't have to be like a full cut off. I'm never going to expect anyone to cut people off.
True.
But
and actually, in every situation I've mentioned, I've had the other person. I've had the person who I was closest to and felt in the wrong's back. Like friend B, the uni situation, she can attest. Well, she's not going to come on the podcast, but if she ever listens to this, she'll be like, you know what, she told me off. I told her off on several instances about what she did in friend. And friend A wasn't even there. So that's probably why also friend A didn't feel like I had her back. She didn't see
100%.
all the times I was like, sat there being like, you need to go apologize. How could you do that? That was wrong. Why did you do that?
Yeah.
Same thing with the situation where my friend, someone stopped being friends with her and didn't tell her. I went and asked that friend, like, why are you not being friends with her? Like, she's really upset about it. So I did have their back. But maybe not pick a side.
Pick a side.
Anyway,
and that's fine.
Let's leave it there. Thank you, Gauri, for coming.
Yay, thank you for having me. It's been so fun. And there have been a lot. So and I've learnt them. So that's the main thing.
We're still learning. I don't know if my position on this will change because it's evolved over the years.
I think so, likewise.
You know. Anyway, like, follow, subscribe, comment.
Do everything.
Rate this podcast wherever you're listening to it. If you love Gauri and you'd love to see her again, let me know. We'll bring her back.
I'd love to come back. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Love you guys. God bless you. Bye.
Bye.